Welcome to Vet Fraternity. In this video, we are going to talk about diabetic ketoacidosis. So, diabetic ketoacidosis is basically the decompensated form of diabetes mellitus. What does that mean? That you had a cat or a dog that was diagnosed for diabetes mellitus, but you were unable to control or manage that disease, that it has progressed and gotten on a worse stage. So that is decompensated form of diabetes mellitus, that is diabetic ketoacidosis. So what history you're going to have is any animal that has previous history of healthy diabetes, polyuria or polydipsia sign symptoms, lethargy, depression, vomiting, and weight loss. Coming to the physical exam, there is dehydration, abdominal pain, dull mentation or decreased mentation, lateral recumbency, hepatomegaly, tachypnea, acetone breath, and the last one is regarding their body weight. Cats are more likely to be subjectively underweight, but the dogs, they are most likely to be overweight. So this is a physical exam of diabetes mellitus. Coming towards the diagnostic tests, what you are going to have is blood glucose values or concentration level are going to be more than 500 milligram per deciliter, and this is a life-threatening hyperglycemia. And you should also know when the level goes above or beyond 200, the glaucoma or all those issues in the eyes or start to happen. Glucose uria, ketone sweet breath are going to be there. Dehydration, hypovolemia, electrolyte distribution, uh, uh, increase anion gap, metabolic acidosis, azotemia, that will be pre-renal of course, increased liver enzyme, and lactatemia. These all are going to be present in the body of the animal, and these things can be present in the question statement if they are going to give you the question on the diabetic ketoacidosis, especially this metabolic acidosis is severe, azotemia, the electrolyte distribution gets disturbed, and dehydration, hypovolemia. And talking about this electrolyte distribution, disturbances, they are going to be they are going to be decreased potassium, decreased phosphorus or like phosphate ions, sodium, magnesium, all of these things are going to be decreased. Coming towards the treatment, severe DKA is treated first by aggressive IV fluids because you are having dehydration, and the fluid choice is 0.9% NaCl with potassium and phosphate supplementation as needed. Because definitely, when you will go for the diagnostic test, you are going to see hypokalemia and the decreased phosphate ions. So you are also going to be going to supplement these. Then there is a regular insulin. The regular insulin is a fast acting insulin of choice for severe decay. It can be given intermittently every 6 to 8 hours or by continuous IV infusions. With either frequent blood glucose monitoring and insulin dose adjustment is necessary to achieve gradual decline in the blood glucose level. So, when you're giving the insulin, also keep on monitoring the glucose levels so that you are not having like sudden or decreases. Rather, should be a gradual decrease in the glucose level. Then bicarbonate therapy, if the metabolic acidosis is severe and it's not improving by the IV fluids. Also, you have to identify and address concurrent diseases or infections, and you have to treat those also. For as far as prognosis is concerned, majority of the cats and dogs survive, but the prognosis is poor if concurrent Cushing disease is there in cats and dogs with azotemia or hyperbilirubinemia. So if there is like further concurrent diseases, that this situation is going to get bad. So that was all about diabetic ketoacidosis. In the next video, we will see hyperosmolar hyperglycemia, that is HSS state. Thank you so much.